Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I am giving you guys a bit of a new video style. I haven't ever done this before, but I think I really want to start sharing some of my save file diaries. I've seen a couple of different YouTubers do this, such as Silly and WolfX Dreamer. I'll go ahead and put them either in the description or on the screen, depending on which I remember. But I've really been obsessed with watching these recently. I find them so inspiring and just like fun to have on in the background or things like that. So today I thought I would do one of those, and for this video specifically I'm kind of going to be taking you through how I'm actually setting up my save file and kind of a little bit step by step, but I guess a little kind of more informal. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure you grab yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and we'll just get right on into it. So the first thing I'm going to do to start off my save file is actually create a brand new world. So I'm just here on the loading page, and I'm going to go ahead and instead of clicking new game, I'm going to hit load game because I want all the lots to be completely wiped, no families, no lots, no nothing. So what I'm going to use for this is seriously blank save file, seriously sims blank save. That's what this is. This is the older version, so ignore that. This is the newer version, which is updated with all the worlds. So pretty much this is just a save file that will have all the lots and townies completely wiped, so it's a fresh slate. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then you can see there's a lot of required packs, but this is just because there's like worlds included and stuff. But if you do download this, you can just ignore that and hit play, and then just play the save with missing content. I will go ahead and make sure I link this in the description because honestly this is so handy, because bulldozing all the lots, you can also click OK and just ignore this message. It's just telling you that you don't have all the packs, but it just makes sure that all the lots are completely empty. There's no sims, there's no weird names, there's no houses, and this applies to literally every single world here, which is honestly just so perfect for someone who's trying to build a save from scratch. So it really just kind of allows you to think outside the box and whatnot. And so the first thing I'm going to do is make this a different save. So I'm going to hit save as, and what this will do is it won't override anything from the original save. It's just going to create a new one. And so I'm just going to go ahead and call this Alice Sim Save 2024, and then I'm going to hit OK. And so pretty much now what that means is that any changes I make here will only affect this save file and not the seriously blank save file. And so pretty much I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen now, but I actually have created this whole kind of map for how I want my save file to be laid out. For this video, I'm just kind of going to take you through Willow Creek because I don't have the other worlds figured out just yet. But pretty much in the neighborhood of Foundry Cove, that's going to be the bit more low income, a little bit more beat up houses. And then over in Courtyard Lane, there's going to be more family homes plus like an apartment. And then in Pendula View, I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's going to have the more fancy lots, the more well-off families. Over in Sage Estates, I'm thinking, or Sage Estates, my apologies, I'm thinking I'm going to do a retirement home maybe. I saw Jessica Pye do this, and I feel like that'd be a really cool thing for Willow Creek, and then I can kind of have all the town elders all in one place, and it'll just allow for a variety of different sims. And then over in Crawdad Quarter, I'm going to have all the residential lots plus a mayor's house. So with the way my save file is going to be, I want to have a mayor or a politician for each town in The Sims 4. And so the lot that is originally the park in Willow Creek is going to end up becoming the mayor's house. And so that's kind of the general overview. You can see on the picture, whether you can read it or not, I'm not entirely sure. You'll see that I've just kind of laid out the general ideas that I'm thinking of for each lot. So like if I want it to be a family lot or an apartment or a not residential, what's the word, a community lot, things like that. I've just kind of written that in the box. And then you can see down in the bottom left, I've got a little legend. So if it's got a little red heart, that means I've actually finished the build and it's complete. And if it's got a little star, that means it's in progress. And then anything else just hasn't even begun. It's just my original thought. So that's kind of the map and plan that I have for this. And then also along with that, I have a whole Pinterest board where I have either the reference photos I want to use of builds I want to create, or just kind of the general aesthetic and vibe. So you can see here that this is my Pinterest board for the world of Willow Creek. So pretty much it's either vibes, like I mentioned, or things that I want to build. So in this case, this is a direct reference of one of the houses I want to build, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it in the more middle class area. Or there's things like this one's just a general vibe because I wanted to put a diner in there, so I've put that there as kind of a reminder because I want it to be a diner slash cafe. Same with this, another kind of like vibe sort of thing, and just certain things like that. Also this one because I want to have like a little shopping plaza where you can easily change the lot type to be something else. I'm even seeing this here where I actually think putting in a little movie theater could be super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put in Willow Creek and save it to my file or my my board. Ooh, I also think a laundromat could be really good for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on Willow Creek. Ignore my other boards. I have a lot of Pinterest boards, so just ignore those. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm going about it and how I've kind of laid it out. And then if I want to, like, say for example, I know that I want this apartment here to be in the more middle class area. So I'm going to leave a note on Pinterest saying middle class area, if I could spell, and then I'm just going to save that. And then here it'll just put a little note so I know what I was thinking when I saved that photo. And so that's just kind of the overview of my Pinterest board and how I'm using that to help bring some life into my save file. Okay, so coming back into The Sims 4, I'm going to show you now what I'm doing with this brand new world, because I'm not doing it where I build in the world. I'm saving the lots from a different save that I have and then am dropping them into here. And I do this because if I'm playtesting, I don't want your Sims to be like aging up or accidentally dying or anything like that. So I have this to make sure everything's perfect. And then if I'm playtesting, I can do that in a different world just to make sure there's no issues. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up the gallery. And this is like my behind the scenes gallery, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and click on my profile so you guys can see what it would look like if you were doing this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click view catalog because I know that all of the houses that I want to have in my save file are up on here for the most part. So for example, this house right here is House for a Band. Also, a little plug, I do have a speed build for this. I have a speed build for pretty much all the lots I'm about to place. So you can find all of those on my channel if you're interested. But I'm just going to go ahead and place the lot. And I know that this one belongs on the Daisy Hovel lot. So I'm just going to go there and click the check mark, make sure it's furnished, and place it. So doing it through this way actually kind of takes a little bit longer than if you were to go into the lot and then enter build mode and then go to the gallery. That sounds very confusing, but I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Just because when you place lots from the gallery, when you're in this view of the world, I don't know why, but it just takes an extra long time. Though you don't have to go through loading screens or anything, so maybe that's kind of the trade-off, but to me, going into build mode and placing it there seems to go a lot faster. So I will show you that in just a minute. But now you can see that the very first lot is placed, and I know that this house works and whatnot, so I've placed it. And I also know the family that's going to be living here, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. So I'm first just going to show you the second way that you can place a house. So the second way is by going into, like, clicking on the lot, then hitting the build icon down here in the bottom right, and then it's going to take you through a loading screen just to bring you into the lot, which you can see was pretty fast. Obviously, it's going to vary like per computer, but then you're just going to go ahead and go back to the gallery, and we're just going to repeat those steps. So I'm going to go into view catalog and wait for it to load because apparently it's very slow. And I already know the lot that goes here. It's this simple base game starter, something like that. I don't know if that's going to take a long time though, so I'm actually just going to go into my personal gallery. Here we go. It's the realistic base game starter, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that furnished. And then it says it's going to replace the lot, which of course is okay because there's absolutely nothing on this lot. And then it's going to load, and then look, it's placed. And it places fine. Everything's like normal as it should be. No issues. And so yeah, that's kind of how you can place it in that manner. And then I'm just going to go back to manage worlds and repeat all those steps for all the other lots that I have built for. And I will check back in once I have done that. Okay, so now I have placed every lot that I have built for my save file already, at least for the world of Willow Creek, and so this is what the map is looking like. I have pretty much this whole area complete. I do have this house almost done, which is the BFF house reno. I just have to finish doing the interior, but the exterior is completely done, so I'll have to add that in here, and then all of these will still need to be filled up. But next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and place all the families that I have. So if I've done these sims for the houses that are here, like in Create a Sim, I'm going to go ahead and place those, which I know I have for a couple of them. Some of them I have to save to the gallery still, but others I know I have, like for this house, and this house. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the way you can do this is, once again, like the exact same way that you've been doing it. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one, but actually this is the one without CC, so you know their faces look, you know, like generic Sims faces, but in my save file I probably go ahead and place it with the CC version. And if you want to find the CC version, you can go ahead and click on this little icon here, which includes custom content, and then you can see the families that would otherwise be hidden. And then so now they'd look a little bit cooler because they've got some nice little skin details. But for my save, none of the Sims are gonna have custom content hair or clothes or anything like that. It's just gonna be skin details, so your Sims will be fully clothed and fully haired if you have all the packs, I guess. I don't have all the packs, but I'm no longer making this a pack restricted save file. Unfortunately, I do want to do one of those in the future, but I really want to get my money's worth for this save because, you know, I spent a lot of my hard-earned money on here, and so I'd really like to, you know, get use out of the packs. But the first thing that we actually need to do is cancel that and make sure we hit Ctrl-Shift-C, and we're gonna type in the cheat free real estate space on. And then what this is going to do is make it so that like any family can purchase any house even if they don't have that correct amount. You can see here they only have 20,000. I don't know what's happening with the picture, and this lot is very much not that, but I'm just going to go ahead and move them in regardless. Okay, I don't know what was up with that, but I fixed it. Here's the family, here's their funds, and here's the price of the house. So now I'm just going to move them in, even though they don't have those funds, but it's okay because we use a little cheat. And so now this family lives in here, if the icon would load, but you get the gist. And so I'm just going to do that for the rest of the houses that have families, and then I will be right back. Okay, so now that I have all the lots placed that I've built already and all of the families that I've created placed in their houses, I'm gonna go ahead and start renaming the lots. So the goal for my save file is to make it very realistic. I want there to be the areas of low income, middle class income, and then I guess high income, along with various, what's it called? The various community lots. There we go. And I'm kind of basing it from where I'm from, like rural Ontario kind of area, rural Canada, but it also could be like rural America. I just can't speak to the accuracy of it because I don't live in America, but I do live in Canada. So that's kind of what I'm basing it on, or just whatever pictures I find. But pretty much a way I want to make this super realistic is by giving each of the houses or little neighborhoods like a street name, and then the houses can have a street number. And so for now, I think I'm going to base it off of like what the little neighborhoods are called. So this one's called Foundry Cove. So I'm thinking I might want to go with like Founders Road or Founders Lane as the street name, and I'm kind of thinking that could work, but I'm just gonna read the little blurb and maybe I can get some ideas from there. So it says Southern Willow Creek Foundry Cove has lots of characters. Residents enjoy modest homes with a canal nearby, fishing, and an active railroad. Interesting. Okay, well, I think for now I'll just go with Founders Road. I kind of like the name of that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it like this, Founders and then Road. And so then it's gonna update here, and then I just kind of have to decide the numbering system. Maybe I'm trying to think, because usually it goes like even, odd, but if I did that, what would this be? I don't want it to be like Founders Road 1 because that feels unrealistic to me. So I'm going to have this be like Founders Road 12, maybe. And this one can be Founders Road, I guess, 13. let's see, Founders Road 13. Did I save that? Yes, I did. And then this one will be Founders Road 14. I might also make these 3-digit numbers. That one's 13, so then this one will be 15, which is actually the BFF household. Okay, and then same for this one here, which will be number 16. But if you guys have any name suggestions for like the streets or like numbers or what you think sounds realistic, by all means let me know, because I would happily take your suggestions. We'll just consider this like a placeholder name for now. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I do like the realism of that, so I'll keep that for now. But like I just said, if you have any better suggestions on street names and things like that, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And so for any of the lots that don't have anything, or that I want to have like notes for in the game, I'm just going to go into the info panel, and then under this little description here, I'm just going to put what I want it to be. So for this one, I know it's going to be the BFF Reno house with Reno cast. These are just simple notes that I know I'll understand, so if you don't understand them, I do apologize, but it's just like quick little things so I know what I want this lot to be. And yeah, I can also like include a storyline here. Like I know, for example, that this is a gang dad and teen daughter, mom died by enemy gang. And I know all the spelling's incorrect there, but it's kind of hard to type with the way my mic is laid out right now. It's blocking my keyboard, but pretty much for anything I know where there's a plot, like I know that this sim is going to have to kick the bucket because it's just supposed to be these two sims. Also, they had CC hair, so I'm gonna have to replace those. They won't be bald in the save, but that's another way you can go about it if you don't want to, you know, draw it out like I did, because I just use like an app on my iPad to do my hand little notes. But if you don't have that, you can by all means just go about it this way. And you could also, just for ease of naming, like change this title instead of it being like the road thing or whatever it's going to be in the final. Like I know this lot is going to be the mayor house, so I might just change the title of it, and then when I hover over it, I know what I want it to be. And so that's kind of just the general overview of how I'm going about creating my save file. I don't think there's going to be anything else for this video, but I will need to go ahead and, you know, adjust relationships and edit things like that. But I don't think I'll do any of that until I have the world complete, just because I really want it to be interwoven and things like that. If this was helpful for you guys, please let me know. And if you do want me to continue doing a little save file update series or things like that, by all means, let me know in the comments below, because I think I'd be really happy to make some of those. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.